after 20 years in this industry, but I have to admit that I've never felt completely confident in a crowd without a very clear job or position. So when I was in the crowd, for example, I'm a guest in the events. Sometimes I still feel like I'm not totally comfortable. So that's why I talk to myself that any event I receive the invitation, I need to know my purpose to get into the event. So with that purpose, it's like the reason for me to be myself, and I will feel more confident in the space with all the people that most of them I didn't know who they are. Yeah. So, like for example, if you just receive the invitation to go to the event just because, um, just to be polite, you will feel very um, shaking and not comfortable and don't know what to do. And normally, like for your instincts, you don't want to talk to stranger, and then you just stay in the corner. So that's why you need to know your purpose.
Hi, welcome everybody to Sean's Learning Adventure. I have a really awesome guest with me today. Can you tell people who you are and what you do?
Hello, everyone. My name is Oanh. I'm a TV host, event host actually, and sometimes I'm an actress in a movie.
That's really cool. You have so many
Yeah.
cool things that you do. Now, you've worked as a TV host, actress, and MC. What's the biggest lesson you've learned in your career?
Wow. Actually, I I learned so many lessons from my experiences uh, throughout many years in my career. But I think the
Yeah,
biggest lesson is understanding who you are.
I love it.
I think understanding yourself is the most important thing for me because I was a very introvert, and I was a very introverted girl, and I was very shy anytime I stand on the stage or in front of everyone else. Um,
Really?
but I don't know. Somehow, I had a dream to become the MC and the TV host. One day when I was 12 years old, I watched the TV and I feel so mesmerized because of the presenter and the program on the TV, and I wish that one day I can become the TV host like that. And that's passion. I think that passion drive me forward, and I just want to become one so much that I overcome so many obstacles and overcome all the um how to say the weaknesses of myself because I was very shy and introverted. So I have to learn and I have to experience more to overcome all my shyness. And I think understanding myself, not like you have to change yourself totally to just adjust to the situation, but you know how to use your skill to be more confident. Like I don't have to be someone else. I can be myself, but with more skills and more confidence. Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's the thing is like to be a better version of yourself, you know? We are all awesome people, but if you can find a way to be better at whatever you love, if you want to be a public speaker, learning ways to speak to people, if you want to learn music, learning ways to do that. But I want to ask you because as an MC, an actor, and so many things, good communications, I'm sure, is very important for you. What's
Yeah.
one simple tip that can help people become better communicators?
Oh, wow. I think if just to choose one simple tip, I think is practice. You
Yeah.
just have to be very active to practice. First of all, you should attend a class, right? A course,
Yeah.
anything uh, if you are a person who is not confident like me before in the past, I was very shy. So that's why I have to attend a class or a course about MC, about communication to learn many skills for myself. After learning the skills, I take time and I challenge myself to talk more in front of everyone, and I practice a lot. And of course, through practice, you will see that you have a lot of weaknesses and mistakes, and you learn from your mistakes, and then you improve yourself through all the experiences. So I'm the coach, the mentor for public speaking students classes. But I always tell people that what you learn from school or learn from your class is not enough. You have to practice a lot. Like to be like people always say, like practice makes perfect. So you have to practice as much uh, as mm, like you have to practice a lot, and anytime you fell down, you get up and you learn from your mistakes. You never like don't be so scared of making mistakes, and don't be so disappointed about yourself, because through
Yeah.
all the failure you become a better person, I think.
100%. I think that many people are scared of failing. We're scared of looking bad. We're scared of
Yeah.
embarrassing ourselves. But the reality is, the only way to get better is practice. If you get out and you do things again and again and again, eventually you'll improve. But you have to be willing to let go of your fear and
Yeah.
understand that it's okay. It's okay to make
Yes.
mistakes. I think it's also really important to have a supportive group of people around you, whether that is a class, whether that is a community of people that will say, hey, you know what? You're doing a great job. Keep going, keep going. I
Yeah.
want to ask you this, though, too, because many people aren't confident speaking in front of others. You said you were a bit
Yes.
of an introvert. Were you always
Yes.
confident or did you have to learn it?
Yeah, I have to learn it a lot. Like I was not like naturally confident person. Um, so I guess most of us have something that we are not confident in our life. We are not like not everyone like 100% confident about everything. So it makes us confident. I think what makes us more confident is knowing that everyone have something that they are not confident about. So
Right?
so everyone is the same, right?
You know my wife, and it's like we're like yin and yang. Like, I'm like yin and she's like yang because for me, this talking to strangers, I do 4 podcasts a day, every day from 8 p.m. till
Yeah.
midnight. I have so many conversations. So I can talk to anyone and it's no problem. It's easy. It's fun for
Yes.
me. But for V, talking like this is not easy. And she's like, I have to
Yes.
talk to a person I don't know. I have to talk and like do public speaking. V doesn't like public speaking. And yet,
Yes.
if she gets on stage and sings a song, no problem. Completely confident. If I have to get on stage and sing a song, every time my wife asks me to go on stage and sing with her, my hands are shaking. I'm like, oh my goodness. It feels so
Yes.
intimidated. And you're right. Like everyone has different levels of confidence, but the only way you get better is by doing it again and again and again.
Yes. And one more thing,
Please
you
do.
have to find a purpose to do it. Like
Yes.
sometimes you tell people to get on a stage and do something and to do public speaking, but if you don't give yourself or give your friends a reason, a good reason and a purpose to do that, they will feel like they don't know what they are doing here, they don't know who they are here for what. Like actually I have totally understand I totally understand chị Vi because I'm very introvert too. So when I'm on the stage, I'm like maybe not 100 200% confident about myself, but when I get out of the stage and if I'm in the crowd just being a guest, after 20 years in this industry, but I have to admit that I've never felt completely confident in a crowd
Yeah.
without
Really?
a very clear job or position.
Mm.
So when I was in the crowd, for example, I'm a guest in the events. Sometimes I still feel like I'm not totally comfortable. And so that's why I talk to myself that any event I receive the invitation, I need to know my purpose to get into the event. So with that
Mm.
purpose, it's like the reason for me to be myself, and I will feel more confident in the space with all the people that most of them I didn't know who they are. Yeah. So like for example, if you just receive the invitation to go to the event just because um, just to be polite, you will feel very um, shaking and not comfortable and don't know what to do. And normally, like for your instincts, you don't want to talk to stranger, and then you just stay in the corner. So that's why you need to know your purpose. And I think even it's not in communication, but also in your life. Like I read a
Mhm.
book named Ikigai. Actually, it's right here. Okay,
Oh, nice.
Ikigai. Yeah, Ikigai.
Ikigai.
It's
I
the
love
method from
ikigai.
the Japanese Ikigai.
Yeah.
So they talk to you to find your purpose in your life, and that make you like keep moving forward. Yeah. So I think a part of communication is knowing that what is your purpose to communicate. So so when you get that key, you will feel more confident.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do all of my podcasts. I have lots of podcasts. I do lots of conversations. I work so hard because my why, my ikigai, is to make this world a better place for my daughter. And I feel like every conversation we have, every time that we can help someone, if I'm kind to a person, then maybe they're kind to another person who's kind to other people. And if I teach people to be better, to try harder, then I think that that's something for me. But I think that I want people to find joy. And those are the things that I go towards because I
Yeah,
think that
that's
if we
good.
can find that. But you're right. If you don't know why you're doing something, it makes it really hard. And there's one thing that's interesting too, because in any conversation, you're trying to achieve something, whether it be, um, let's imagine business English is really easy to see this. Like, because if I'm
Yes.
talking to someone from another company, that conversation has a goal. Maybe it's sales, maybe it's relationship building. And everything that you're doing, you have to figure out what is your why for that. And, if you want to be more confident on stage, well, why do you want to be more confident on stage? But it's so interesting too, because what you talked about a little bit, you said that like sometimes when you go to an event, you're shy and you're a little uncertain. But I want to ask you, how do you get ready before going on TV or before speaking in front of a big audience? Because you speak in front of big audiences. I've seen you at some very big shows. How do you get ready?
Actually, I just get ready like all the women did. Like, of course, to be confident, actually, you have to be very well prepared before you get
Yeah.
on the stage. First of all, is your outlook, right? But
Yes.
the beauty doesn't mean that you have to be very luxurious or very splendid in the event, but you just need to be compatible with what you are doing. Like
Yeah.
for my position as an MC on the stage, sometimes for children party, I will wear something different from the CEO party, right? So
Yeah.
the beauties of an MC, or just say in general for an artist, for the actress in the movie, the beauty is depend on the the character and the events. What is the
Hmm.
event? What is the event or the movie required from you? Then you try
Mm,
to be the most comparable that you can to um to be the spirit of the event. Like for me, like if I go to the charity event and be the MC there, I just need a very normal white shirt. I don't need to
mm,
wear evening gown that very beautiful. I don't need that.
yeah.
And and in that case, the most beautiful is the symbol for the charity event, right? So
Yeah.
I always pay attention on the spirit of the event that I'm in. Um, and secondly, I think to be best performed in the events, I need to learn more about the knowledge that required from that field, from that industry. Sometimes I do tech event, which is I think is which I was very bad at. Like I'm very low tech, but sometimes I do the technology events. So I need to try to learn as fast as possible to understand all everything I will say in the script, because you need to understand the script. Otherwise, you just the reading machine, right? So I try to be very knowledgeable and understand everything that I would say to people, to the audience before I say it.
That's awesome because, when you are informed on a topic, when you're informed on something, it allows you to have that confidence. Maybe you're not an expert on it, but you can at least operate from a place or speak from a place where you have information that you can share and educate people. I try to remember that when I speak with anyone, one of the things that I try to do is educate people, is educate them on ideas, educate them on concepts. But you have this really beautiful life, and I said earlier that my why is my daughter Ailani. She's one of the big motivating things for me. But I want to ask you, how has becoming a mother changed the way you see life and success?
Oh, really? Being a mom, really the greatest experience in my life. I has changed become a very emotional girl to be a very
Yeah.
calm woman. And it's really different. Actually, I feel like my son, Max, my son, like
Yeah.
my teacher. he
Right?
he talked to me a lot, especially in my um, mindset and behavior. Because before having him, I'm very impulsive. I think like if I'm sad or angry or disagree with something, I will show my emotions right away, and I try to take action right away, which I think not very good, because when you are hot temper, you will not wise enough to
Hmm.
make a good decision. But now when I have a baby, like I know that I have to be very responsible for everything I do, because anything I do will affect on my little baby. So I try to be very calm, and I try to be very mindful in everything I do, to be a happy mom, to be because I think normally they say happy wife, happy life, huh? But for me, I say
Yeah, right.
happy mom, happy baby, happy mommy, happy baby. So I learned to be very mindful in everything I do, and I try to be calm, to be um his supporter.
I
Because
love
when
it.
everything happen in life and he see me calm and confident, he can learn from that.
I love that. Right? And that's one of the things because, you know, it can be hard to balance work and family. What advice would you give to parents who are trying to do both? Balance being a mom or dad and then also being a busy professional?
I actually, for me, it's not easy to be balanced between work and parenting. Um, you cannot require yourself to balance the way that 50-50. It's I
Right?
think it's very
It's
hard to be
impossible.
50-50. It's sometimes some period of time, like you have to sacrifice your work to take care of your baby. Actually, especially when you are a mom, like I think
Yeah.
I have to be. I was off work for 2 years to take care of Max,
Yeah.
and I never feel regret about that. Because I already know what it takes to be a mom, because I decided to born him, right?
Hmm.
So I feel very happy to step back, just in work to be with my baby for the very important first year, 2 years of his life. So I think sometimes you have to share your attention and your time for your family more than your work. Maybe 70-30, sometimes 90-10, sometimes 100% from your family. But what make you feel balanced? Once again, get back to the purpose. I think in life, I think I learned that in life, in everything I do, I find a purpose for that. When you find a purpose and you accept what it takes, you will have enough of strength to get through everything else. Maybe in the journey you feel sad or you will feel FOMO, fear of missing out when you see your friends get going up another level in their career and you will feel, oh, if I keep working, I can have that achievement. But you have to get back to why you begin, like why you choose to be a mom, and then you think, okay, it's okay, I have my purpose, I want to be the best mom, I want to be always present for my son, and I want him to be very happy and confident and developed, both in physically and mentally. So anytime I have the purpose and I know what it takes to be a mom, I don't feel fear of missing out anymore. So I think the balance, the key of balancing is the purpose you do it and not losing yourself or not losing your dream when you're doing another job as a mom, as a dad, or taking care of your family. Like it's just a little bit late. You know that you will take 2 years to take care of your family, but don't lose yourself on the journey. Don't lose your dream. You know that after 2 years, you have some plan to get back, and even better, I think, with the experience and with the change, you will be more mature. And I think it helps. It's not like hold you back, but it helps you a lot to be a very um, a very mature person to achieve some other success in your life.
I love that. And I completely agree. I think that if we can find that anchor and remember that we can always come back, we can always find a new way, but you're right. Sometimes it's not 50-50. Sometimes you have to go 70-30. And the reality is it's just about finding that balance that works for you. And I think that that's very deep wisdom. But like, you've met many interesting people. Is there one person or conversation that changed your life?
Um, I'm very grateful because I have met so many good people, many lessons. But just to choose one lesson, I think that from the Zen master Thích Minh Niệm, you know, the the Zen master Minh Niệm. Uh,
Yeah.
my son met him every year,
Oh, wow.
and yeah, I talk to him only once every year, only once every year, And I remember the time after my divorce was the hardest time, the toughest time of my life. That time I took all the responsibility for myself. I think I was not doing my best to 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 keep the happy family for Max. But actually I already tried my best. I know that. But there's something in myself feel like I'm not good enough and feel guilty, a little bit guilty. You know that you are doing your best, but you still feel guilty because I think because maybe you think you are not powerful enough to control everything happen in your life. And that time I think if I can control everything better, maybe my son can have better condition. Um, And I try to protect him as much as I can. I try to give him love and everything I can, love, time, attention, and everything I can for him. But I'm still in the stage that I have anxiety. I don't know why, like so much pressure. And then thầy Minh Niệm told me that would you want to change anything in your childhood? I think carefully and I told him, no, I didn't want to change anything because what I've been through make me become who I am today. And I'm very
Yes.
grateful and I don't want to change anything. And he told me, so why you want to change and control everything for your son? Let
Right?
him be. Let him go through all the lesson he has to learn. Maybe he already chose you to be his mom before he come to this life. And he chose this experience. He chose this lesson. And if you do it for him, you protect him, you try to do things for him, you take away his chance to be better, to be stronger, to be a real man. And this really opened my eyes and my mind. I think, yes, like if my parents do everything for me, if I don't try to be independent and overcome all the obstacles in my life, how can I be a very independent woman like who I am now? And I think, yeah, because I have so much love for my son, so I want to protect him all the times. But if I don't let him think by his brain, walk by his own feet, and fly by his own wings, I, I that time I will be a very guilty mom, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that one of the things that is it's easy to try to do everything for our children and to protect them too much. But I do know that sometimes if we protect them too much, they won't have that struggle that's needed to grow. And in life, struggle is actually important. You want to get stronger, you have to go to the gym and you have to lift weights. And it is a struggle to do that. But if you don't have that, there's no growth. Growth only happens on the other side of challenge, you know? And I think that one of the things that I have to remind myself with my daughter is let her fight her battles. You know, last year, Ailani was at school and she tried out for a role. And her teacher said she looked at Ailani. Ailani wanted to be in the school play, and the teacher looked at her and she's like, "You're not Vietnamese enough for this." And Ailani's like,
What?
"Huh." They said it, and V and I were just like, "Okay." Like,
Mm.
and I was like, my wife is wiser than me. I want to go fight all my daughter's battles. I want to go talk to that teacher and say, you know, let her try out, let her try, let her audition. But my wife said, let her, let her go and fight her battles. And so my wife talked to her and she's like, you know, you are a strong girl. You can still get out there and you can still try out for this, even whatever your teacher said. And so Ailani said, because I was like, let's not do that. Let's not go for that role. I'm angry. And V's like, if you want to try, try. But understand that there are some people that just are not easy. but don't let your teacher stop you from doing something because of her opinion. And then Ilani said, I'm going to keep on trying. And she went out, she got a different role, but she still was in the school play. And it was a great lesson. I wanted to protect her. I didn't want her to be judged. But at the same time, she went out there and she shone and she tried out and did something. And it was beautiful. And it's not something I can protect her from. It's not something we can't protect our kids from everything, you know? We can teach them. We can teach them skills. You know, Ailani, one of the things that we've had her doing for a long time is that Ailani goes to learn Thai boxing, Muay Thai, because when she
Wow,
was a
good.
little girl, when Ailani was like 6, she was at school and they went on a field trip and some weird man started following her and started following the bus and was like trying to get her by herself. And V and I heard about this and we were like, luckily the teacher protected her and we were like there. We were there, but it was like 2 seconds. We were just like not cool. And so V and I said after that, our daughter's studying martial arts 100%. And so she's been studying Muay Thai since. She's 5 years now. She's been doing Muay Thai. She has a strong little punch. But I recognized that I can't fight her battles forever. I can't protect her forever. And we have to and that was one of the things that I wanted her to learn. But what I want to ask you, what's one lesson you hope your son will always remember?
Oh, wow. Mm, I think the lesson that I want my son to learn is from his grandpa, from my dad. From my dad. My family was bankrupt when I was 19 years old.
Oh, wow.
About that time, I feel because I'm the firstborn, I'm the first daughter, I'm the
Hmm.
oldest in my family. I have two siblings. And that time I feel about 20 years old. That time I feel like when my parents get in the hardest phase of their life, I felt powerless. And I think why I was 20 and I still why I was so selfish, like I still just um, study and get back home and enjoy everything they do for me. And at that time, I still cannot earn money or cannot do anything to help them to get over the situation. And they get some health problem, and my parents totally like how to say it's feel like the downfall of everything. They feel very sad and disappointed, and I feel powerless because I cannot do anything to help them. And I still have two little brother and sister next to me. My mom cried a lot, and my dad was quiet a long time. But then suddenly one day, my dad was 60 years old already. And that time, I was very, very surprised that the 60 years old man, he stand up and he told me, it's okay. I will stand up. I will do some other job, and we will do it together to pay the debt, and we will be happy again. Don't worry. And it's really inspirational for me because he was 60 years old and he was very strong to stand up and do everything again. Um, and he told me one thing that I always remember, and I think this I will tell my son. He told me human being is very incredible. We are invincible. Don't ever think that you cannot do something. Just to know that you want it, just to know what you want, and keep moving forward. You will receive what you deserve. So it hit me very hard, and it always in my mind all my life since I was 20 years old until now nearly 40 and 20 years of my life. Any all the battles was very hard in the career or marriage or everything else, but it's just because my dad always believed in me, and he always believed in the strength of human being. And I always remind myself that human being very incredible. We can do whatever we want, but we have to know what we want, and and make a great effort to become one, I think. Yeah.
I love that. I love going through, like you talking about going through the tough times and the message your dad gave you. I have a black belt in judo, and so I know how to throw people really well.
Wow.
And I got that black belt from falling down 10,000 times, but I got up 10,001. It's just about, can you keep getting up when you fall down? And I think that one of the things that people don't realize, whether you're in communication, whether you are in work, whether you're in life, we will all fall down. But how do you get back up? How do you get back up? My wife the other day, she had a show and she came to me afterwards and she's like, that was a bad show. I didn't like my performance. And I said, well, what are you going to do? And she said, well, I'm going to work with a singing teacher. And I said, you're such a professional. You've been doing it for so long. And she says, but I can still learn and I can still practice and I can still be better. And I think that every one of us can improve. If you're a professional, if you're a beginner, I want to ask you a question. What's one thing you're still trying to improve about yourself?
Wow. As you can see that my English is not very perfect as I want, so I'm still learning.
You're
Actually, I'm
doing
still
great.
learning. Yeah, yeah. I'm still learning to be better. Because when I was small, I didn't have very good condition to study English from young age. We study it very late, so we don't have a very good pronunciation. But I think most of Vietnamese in my generation, our country have just had the peace, the liberty in a very short time, and we was not in a very good condition. So not everyone have international school. So we study English very late. So we still can be very good at grammar or communication, but our pronunciation cannot be perfect as the local people. So I always try to learn more, to practice more, to be better every day. So as you told me about your family story, I really admire TV and you, how you teach Alani to be a very stronger, but also very loving girl. So I think uh, I try to keep learning all my life, and I will remind my son to do the same. Keep learning and try to be resilient. Anytime you fall down, you try to get back up right away, and always remind him that he always have me, have his family to go back. I think love is the most important thing in our life, and when you have the love of from your family, you will feel invincible. Like anything, like whatever happened in your life, just to know that behind your back is your family there. You know you'll be loved, you know you'll be cherished, and you will be fine.
100% agree. And I think that's one of the beautiful things of like knowing those people are there with you, knowing that they will stand with you is so huge. I want to ask if you could answer one last question for me. If you could give everyone watching one last piece of advice, what would it be?
Wow, so many advices today.
Right?
and and I think it's very hard to find a formula for someone because everyone is different.
Yes.
Uh, Actually, this is the last question, right? But
Yeah.
it's still the same answer as the first question.
I love it.
Uh, Understanding yourself. Like
I love it.
try to deep yeah, try to dig inside yourself very, very deep to understand everything about yourself. What make you happy? What make you sad? What make you excited? Um, what makes you want to try to drive forward in your life? What is your purpose? Um, so when you understand every single angle and aspects of yourself, you will feel more confident, not because you are perfect, but because you know how to help yourself. Like normally you think that you can find some help outside or from other people, but actually you can help yourself. You can be the best friend and the teacher of yourself. To teach yourself how to be calm, how to be loved. Um, Actually, I think I have learned to love myself the day I born Max. Before that, I think I didn't take very good care of myself until the day I take care of Max. And I think like if I'm not the strong person, if I don't have a good health or a good mindset, how can I teach my son that? Uh, Before that, I was very active. I work a lot. I can have sleepless night just to go do movie. I run every show just to earn money. I try to be successful. But after that, what it takes to be very rich and very successful, you don't have time with your family. Um, you destroy your health, you feel sleepy all the time, you destroy your beauty, you will have very bad skin, uh, and you don't have a good diet too. Like you eat everything, and you are what you eat. So I try to fix everything after being a mom, because being a mom, I take very good care of Max, and I realized that I didn't take good care of myself. So I think to have the last advice for everyone, that just to try to understand yourself more every day. Take good care of yourself. Be healthy. Be happy. You don't need to be the most successful person, but you have to be the best friend of yourself. Yeah, or can be the mom of yourself. So I think that's just only simple key to be very happy. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Where can people go to see more about you and what you do?
Oh, actually, I don't really do so many shows on TV. So only one
What about your social media?
Vũ Ngọc Hoàng Oanh. my Facebook my Facebook Vũ Ngọc Hoàng Oanh. My Instagram MC Hoàng Oanh.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And for the for television, you can watch
Yeah,
me on the daily news named
that's awesome.
60 Seconds on HTV.